CTV News at 5 with Marina Moore and Tony Rima with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Marina is off. We begin tonight on Highway 69, where there's been another fatal crash, this time Saturday morning. Details are still few and far between. We do know the crash happened around 4:30 in the morning. The highway was closed for several hours between Highway 124 in Parry Sound and Highway 522 in Point O'Barrel. It reopened later in the afternoon. One person has been seriously injured with non-life-threatening injuries following an ATV rollover in West Nipissing. It happened on Dubuque Road north of Cache Bay Friday night. The 50-year-old local man is facing charges of operation while impaired by alcohol. A scooter driver has been rushed to hospital following a crash earlier this afternoon in Sudbury. This was the scene at the corner of Lloyd and Paris Streets following a collision between a scooter and a pickup truck. We will work at getting you those images as soon as we can. Lloyd Street at last check was closed in both directions while traffic investigates. No other details have been released yet by Sudbury Police. 3 people have been arrested and almost $200,000 in drugs seized following a pair of drug busts, one in North Bay, the other in Coniston. It was a joint investigation between the North Bay and Greater Sudbury Police Service. One search was in the 300 block of Marshall Park Drive in North Bay, the other on 3rd Avenue in Coniston. According to investigators, they seized cocaine, MDMA, crystal meth, cannabis, and hash. They also seized 5 expensive watches and more than $35,000 in cash. Time for our first check on weather. For more details, we go to CTV's Tony Rima. Tony?
Thanks very much, Ian, and good evening, everyone. I skipped the sport coat because it's so warm out there. Environment Canada has issued a heat warning for a big swath of our broadcast region, including now Sault Ste. Marie. Temperatures over the next few days, 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. Overnight lows 18 plus. So that's going to continue for the next little while. Our first weather brought to you by CAA. Get your membership by going to getcaa.ca. And this system, well, is getting kind of cloudy at this juncture in through Wawa, so you can expect some showers. We start to get a little clearing early tomorrow morning, then things are going to, well, heat up and also become more unsettled. More weather details later in the show. Ian.
Thanks, Tony. The weather is going to be a hot topic this week. Environment Canada issued the first heat warning of the summer season today. CTV's Madison Marier has more on how some are beating the heat.
With the temperature remaining in the high 20s today, many Sudburyans were trying to beat the heat.
Today we went to the splash pad to cool off, and we always like to drink a little bit of water to stay cool in the heat. So always remember to drink a little bit of water.
Going for a swim in Lake Ramsey, nice and cold water. And then staying in the shade, wearing a hat, and drinking a lot of water.
Some people we spoke with were planning to get ice cream to cool down, but Public Health Sudbury and districts say there may be better methods.
It's a fun way. Obviously, hydration is the best, and there are other cool treats that might be some healthy options. You know, homemade popsicles and freezies, etc. But also fruits and things like that. Just anything really to get hydration. Especially water is obviously the best. But you know, again, allowing your body to cool with those other ways.
There is also a concern for Sudbury's more vulnerable population, as Environment Canada is expecting the higher temperatures to last until Thursday.
We're seeing an average of about 150 people a day in the past 2 weeks. We're offering water, we're offering electrolytes, and we're offering a cool space to cool off for people and pets. And yeah, those are our main. And then our outreach van is distributing water bottles in the community as well on a regular basis.
Be aware of the intensive heat that we're experiencing to ensure that you are staying hydrated, you know, using sunblock to protect yourself from sunburn, and you know, hats, sunglasses, etc. But also to be mindful of your neighbors.
The city says its 7 public beaches are open and the 17 splash pads will remain open until 9 tonight. But if the heat advisory continues, they say lifeguard hours may also extend. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
The Canadian Medical Association released details today about the 2024 death of a young Ontario boy from rabies. The 11-year-old boy was at a cottage in Northern Ontario when he was believed to be infected by a rabid bat who may have bitten him while he slept. The Journal is warning people to stay away from bats and to report any suspected bites to family doctors. Rabies can be treated with a vaccine if caught early, but in advanced stages is almost always fatal. Infections in humans are extremely rare, with the last fatal case in Ontario recorded in 1967. Time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Tony has your full weather forecast. For now, let's go to North Bay and a live shot of the downtown and Lake Nipissing off there in the distance. This shot coming in courtesy of the city. No doubt there will be plenty of people out there on the water enjoying this warm weather. How long will it last? Well, we'll ask Tony after the break. Stay with us. You're watching CTV Northern Ontario.
Welcome back, everyone. Now your main weather. Are you liking the heat out there? Hopefully you're enjoying this weather because you remember what winter was like, but a heat warning across our broadcast region for all the major centers, and it's going to be like that for the next couple of days as we take a look at our rain forecast, because with the heat, you've got to cool things down a little bit, and it's going to get unsettled, to say the least, depending upon where you live. And oh, there we go. There's the rain forecast. It's getting kind of dark in through Wawa at this hour, and by 5 p.m. on Wednesday, about 9 millimeters for the Lake Superior community, 10 for the Sioux, a little bit more in through Kapuskasing. So heat, and it's going to be wet. Let's take a look at your 5-day weather forecast, starting with Sudbury Nickel Belt. Tomorrow, well, a risk of thunderstorms, hot and humid, 30 degrees. With the humidity, it will feel like 39. So if you're thinking about Fahrenheit, that's more than 100. On Wednesday, well, some clearing, but still on the hot side. And then it's going to cool down just a little bit, you know, on Friday, but otherwise above seasonal temperatures. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, risk of thunderstorms. It's going to be hot and wet over the next few days. Friday looks not too bad. We start to get some sunny breaks. 22 degrees. Normally it's 23 this time of year for Timmins, Cochrane, and Kapuskasing. Hot and humid, 30 degrees. It gets even warmer on Wednesday. Temperature starts to fall just a little bit. Things are getting cooled off just a tad on Friday, 25, and then it ticks back up on Saturday. For Timiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake now, your 5-day weather forecast. Risk of thunderstorms, 29 degrees. It gets even warmer on Wednesday. Hot and humid, 33. Come Thursday, Friday, still unsettled, 29s on the board when it should be 24 degrees this time of year. And finally, folks, your 5-day weather forecast for North Bay, West Nipissing. Tomorrow, well, cloudy showers and, of course, a risk of thunderstorms, 31 degrees. With the humidity, it'll feel more like 39. Yes, hot and humid continuing on Wednesday. Thursday starts to cool off just a little bit, but temperatures above seasonal, should be about 24 degrees as a daytime high. And come Saturday, well, a mix of sun and cloud. We get a break from the rain, but it's still going to be warm. Ian, it's back over to you.
Thanks, Tony. Well, a first-of-its-kind partnership is bringing together 2 First Nations, municipal government, and a regional hospital to build a long-term care home meant to serve the Espanola-Manitoulin region. There was a traditional ceremony Friday honoring the land where the proposed new facility will be built. CTV's Elena Everson reports.
A traditional ceremony to ask the spirits of the trees, plants, and living creatures permission to build on this land. The town is providing the 19 acres across from the Espanola Hospital, the proposed future site of a new long-term care facility.
To honor the land, the territory of Whitefish River First Nation. It's something that we have to respect. It's part of our 7 grandfather teachings, and be able to establish success.
At our ceremony earlier today, talked about reconciliation, talk about how as communities that are in close proximity to one another can come together and find ways to partner that in this particular case will service our elders from all of our communities.
This ceremony was also to ask for guidance to do things in a respectful way.
It was a good time to reflect on the honor and the respect of the culture of the First Nations. And it's great to see the cooperation between the hospital, the First Nations, and the town of Espanola.
What I hope it provides for our community is a place for our elders to stay and to live in harmony with the rest of their families close to them, and for the whole area.
Right now, Espanola has one long-term care facility with 32 beds and 130 people on a waiting list. The town is the closest community with an LTC facility to the Whitefish River First Nation and Sagamok Anishinaabe.
It will be home to many of our seniors and elders, and to give them that dignity, the space, the sense of belonging, the care that they deserve.
At the end of the ceremony, everyone placed tobacco in the fire, a gesture asking the spirit of the fire to help guide the project. Ellen Everson, CTV News, Espanola.
Rainbow colors took over Toronto streets yesterday as the city held its 45th annual Pride Parade. Thousands of people, including the Prime Minister, turning up to show their support for the LGBTQ2S+ community. CTV's Andrea Case reports.
Pride on full display and joy as the 45th annual Pride Parade made its way down Yonge Street from Bloor to Nathan Phillips Square.
Oh, it just feels like home. It feels like all our people are here. We're just happy, we're cheering, we're just spreading the love.
It's nothing but love here, nothing but love.
It's going amazing. This is my first Pride. It's super hot, but I'm having a blast. It's amazing. I'm absolutely loving it, and just being able to be with my community and be loved and proud of who I am.
It's been wet. It's been alternate showers and extreme heat, but unbelievable energy. The whole city coming together, actually the whole world coming together, because as Kojo knows, we got people from Ghana, we've got people from Dominica, we've got people from Grenada, we've got people from the United States of America coming here to Canada to celebrate freedoms.
Prime Minister Mark Carney circled June 28th on his calendar a year ago, promising to attend Toronto's Pride Parade. He not only walked the route, he joined in the fun, greeting people and taking selfies.
We've got to fight for our rights, and we've got to respect each other, love whom we want to love, work together, and no better city than Toronto.
The parade features over 200 marching groups and more than 25,000 individual participants, making this the second largest Pride Parade in the world.
Just lots of walking, and the spirit gives us all the energy we need.
It's like 10 million.
10 million out of 10. It's amazing.
Sure.
It's been so much
We're
fun.
having a great time.
An estimated 2 to 3 million people take in the parade and related events over the course of the month of June. Andrea Case, CTV News, Toronto.
Sioux College has appointed its next president. Sherry Smith will take on the role permanently after serving as the interim president during the post-secondary school search. Smith has been with Sioux College for the past 19 years, including as vice president of academics, innovation, and student success. Mattawa residents and those traveling through town are going to notice a few tie-ups over the next couple of days. Filming on a new project through Mannequin Film will be starting tomorrow and will run until July 3rd. Several locales in the downtown will be impacted, including Valois Drive, Main Street, and the Belanger Bridge area. OPP paid duty officers will be present, and residents could notice some traffic disruptions. The filming crew says any disruptions shouldn't last longer than 3 minutes. Coming up on CTV News at 5, the battalion's new prospects get their first look at North Bay. Plus, one local photographer shares her passion for photography and turns it to soccer. Well, you don't think this would be the time we'd be talking about hockey, but OHL teams are in the process of preparing for the next season. Prospects with the North Bay Battalion are getting a first-hand look at the city's facilities and the city itself today. CTV's Eric Tashner has more.
North Bay Battalion's new prospects are getting accustomed to city life and their future home at Fort Longyear Memorial Gardens.
Seeing all the dressing room, the gym, the rink, the experience. I'm really excited to get started.
The recent OHL draft proved memorable for the young players and their families.
I was at my cottage with my family. I couldn't get everyone up to Kingston, so for me it was very memorable with my family. I wanted to make sure everyone was included and make sure everyone who brought me to that day was with me.
Now the work begins. Fighting for a roster spot is first and foremost for the newcomers, with many players set to return from the current squad.
Getting bigger and stronger going up against these big guys. It's going to be difficult, but I'm going to have to overcome it.
This draft was really about us making sure that our cupboards were full in areas that we needed.
Goaltender Owen Loftus was claimed 11th overall, the only netminder taken in the first round.
Like, I'm super pumped to be able to learn from the guys here. You know, there's great goaltenders, such awesome experience.
For second-round pick Alexander Saulnier, his grandfather, Buster Harvey, is his inspiration. He played over 400 games in the NHL.
Obviously, I'm trying to be like him, getting to the NHL and playing 8 seasons and having a good career. So, I mean, he's kind of like a role model to me.
It's been a busy off-season for the troops. Defenseman Alexander Karmanoff was selected in the NHL draft by San Jose, while forward Ryder Cali was selected 48th overall in the second round by Florida.
We're very happy for Ryder and Alex. You know, seeing the work that went in and seeing them get rewarded was a great thing for all of us.
The battalion are planning a 2-day development camp in late August for their new recruits ahead of training camp.
The team's got a really good development plan for me. I'm going to obviously do my best.
And then the season begins anew. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
A Sudbury-based photographer has been capturing all the moments of the World Cup. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
Famai Tichapen began her photography journey in Thailand, where she worked for newspapers and magazines before moving into freelance photography.
Grabbed the camera, started taking photos, and then I really love sports. So I started doing like a sports photography first.
After a visit to Sudbury in 2018, where her husband is from, the couple decided to move to the north so their son could attend school in 2019. Since then, she has covered rugby, golf, volleyball, swimming, tennis, and soccer events. So applying to cover the World Cup was, of course, something she was interested in. She applied for accreditation in January of this year, but even though she received that, she says she still has to apply for a ticket for each match.
I can say that I don't normally follow soccer, but I love the action and stuff like that. The main thing is I capture the moment and then the atmosphere. Because like for wire service, you want to be as, how do you say it? Like broad as possible. Like, and then like expression, like the coaches, the team, you know, when they win or when they like frustrated and then they get angry. And then of course, when they celebrate the goal. And then the crowd with all the people all dressed up with all the paint. So it's like basically like everything.
As for the future, she says she has dreams of covering many sporting events, including the Summer Olympics. But for now, she's not slowing down anytime soon, continuing to cover the World Cup and also the Yonex Canada Open this week. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
A heads up for those of you celebrating Canada Day in Sudbury this year. Science North says this year's drone show will be launching from James Jerome Park. As a result, the park and Lily Creek Boardwalk will be closing at 8 p.m. Wednesday for show setup and safety. There will also be no access to the floating dock. They're suggesting the areas in yellow are the best places to view the show. The drone show starts at 9:45. When we return, we'll take a look at your community close up. You're watching First at 5.
Hey, it's Josh and Coop from Pure Country Mornings in Sudbury. Hard to believe that the month of July is just a few days away. That being said, first of all, happy Canada Day, but also July 16th. That's a Thursday night, Grace Hartman Amphitheater. There's going to be a country show under the stars right by Ramsey Lake. It's going to be fantastic. Dallas Smith is going to be in town performing. It's going to be a great crowd. Tickets are still available for that show. Haley Benedict is going to open up, as well as Rob Fitzgerald. Go to our website for ticket details, purecountry917.ca. But also, as of today, we kicked off a brand new contest on Pure Country Radio in Sudbury. It happens in both the morning show, that's where you'll find Josh and I, but also the afternoon show featuring Matt Brown. It's called the Summer of Sizzle, and it's powered by our good friends over at Science North. This is an opportunity for you to win a barbecue, a brand new barbecue with all the utensils and apron and everything else in between. And all you need to do is answer some trivia questions. Again, it happens in the morning, but also the afternoon. If you answer correctly, your name is into the draw for a chance to win that brand new barbecue. And hey, if you answer incorrectly, you just get to try again the next day. Give it a shot. It's called Summer of Sizzle, again, powered by Science North. All the details can be found at purecountry917.ca. Listen on the radio dial 91.7, on our website, as I just mentioned, or listen for free anywhere with the iHeartRadio app.
Time now for a look at our community close-up, and for that we begin in Esther. Chris St. Louis, or St. Louis, not sure which one you prefer there, Chris, managing to capture this magical moment with their camera. Check out the red on this robin. That is some spectacular photography there, Chris. Thanks so much for sharing. Moving to North Bay, where Trevor Bush caught this lovely family moment between a mother and her two kids just off of Trout Lake Road. It is the season for them right now, isn't it? Love seeing deer like this. Some of the magic we experience living here in Northern Ontario. And our last one comes from Bruce Lee in Sault Ste. Marie, who is out capturing the sunset over the Bellevue Marina. He says it was a surprising showing given all the previous clouds overhead. It looks like you were in the right place at the right time. Thanks, Bruce. If you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Finally, a music superstar has tipped her hat to her Northern Ontario hometown on one of the versions of her new album. On Saturday, Shania Twain posted these pictures to her social media announcing the Canadian hometown version of her new album, Little Miss Twain. She says it's on gold vinyl in honor of her gold mining hometown of Timmins. Twain says growing up, she was told stories of people striking gold and chasing their dreams, adding that felt like the perfect tribute to her roots. Very cool, and that's going to be expanding to the world stage now, and all our fans. There's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.